Like in other programming languages, here also you have the arithmetic, comparison, concatenation, logical operators are there. So here addition, you need to use plus, subtraction, multiplication, this one, and for division and exponentiation you need to use this one. That's all. Okay. And comparison operators, in these are the comparison operators. This is arithmetic, this is comparison operator. Supposing you want to compare the first, something like this, first name, this is the column that is available in a table, first name equal to the value ion. Okay, if it is true, then it will return true. If this value is available in the first name column, right, it will return true. This one, double equal sign, is strictly equal to. Okay, in this case, true only when number equals 0. Supposing you have 0 here, 0 equal to 0, strictly there, and false, you blind. And greater than, or less than, greater than, or equal to, this one is all self-explanatory. And if you want to combine more than one condition, supposing you want to find out the total sales for north region equal to north, and country equal to USA, United States. Okay, in the United States, I want to display only the north region sales performance. Okay, in that case, you have two conditions. The condition one is region equal to north and country equal to United States. So you want to combine these two things. Only when these two conditions are true, then it has to calculate the total sales. So in that kind of situation, you need to use double ampersand. Instead of using a single ampersand, you need to use double ampersand. And again, if you want to use true and false, true and true is true. Truth table, right? True and false is false. True or true is true. False or false is false. If any one of the condition is true, it will work. For example, country equal to United States or country equal to United Kingdom. If any one of the conditions is true, it will return true. That that statement will get evaluated. Okay. The logical, this is what logical or, this is what and logical and. Double ampersand, you need to use it if you want to combine more than one condition. Both the conditions should return true. In that kind of situation, you need to use double ampersand. And if any one of them is true, in that kind of situation, you can go for the double pipeline, right? Double pipe. And in operator. In the case of, if you want to find out, if you want to find out the channeling, the records, right? The transactions that we made in these three channels in one go, you can use in. Otherwise, what will happen? Channel name is equivalent to store, or channel name equal to online or catalog. Okay. Instead of using multiple or, you can use in. This is very common in SQL queries also, right? Instead of using multiple or, the best practice, you can use in operator. Okay. Inside the parenthesis, you can specify all the filtering conditions, right? The store or whatever the strings that you want to match it, you can put it here. That is what your in operator is all about. What are the other things? The next one is the logical functions in DAX. You have something called if and if error, in, not, or, switch. These are the logical functions. The built-in functions are available. Supposing you want to validate something, for example, if total amount is greater than 500, what I want to do something, okay, I want to, based on which I want to perform some kind of operation. So in that kind of situation, you can use the if condition. But in the if, you can combine the not also as part of if condition. Okay, if the total sales is greater than 500, not false, something like that. Okay, not false or not true. Okay, you can put that way. And in operator also you can use it. Okay, in operator and or operator you can use it. And within the you can use multiple conditions. So for example, I just go here. My God, still it is going on. So this is a data set. I just go to the data view directly. And I just select the fact sales table. It will take some time to populate the data here in the dim product, and let's wait for a few seconds. Yeah, we got it. And here, if it's already, I did it. Look here, the if condition. If the sales amount is greater than or equal to 500, and multiply this in commission. For example, those salesperson made sales 500 and above, they are eligible for 15% commission on the sales amount. If the condition, first you need to specify the condition, comma, and then the statement, the whatever the thing that you need to do it, you can do it here, the statement, okay? And this is how we can use if condition. And yeah, you can use nested if also. 1 second, I'll just show you here. Yeah, we have something called switch function. Switch is really helpful. Instead of writing nested if conditions, right? You can use switch like in C language. Here also the switch function is available. The advantage of this one is you don't have to write multiple nested if conditions. In this case, what I did here, switch function, the first argument is true here. True. Okay. And here what I did. So whenever you remember one thing very clearly, whenever you are using the inequality or equality operators, right? For example, in the numeric value, sales amount is greater than or equal to 200 and less than or equal to 500. Any sales amount value falls within this range. Okay. And yeah, the commission is 0.15. If the sales amount is more than 500, they are eligible for 18% commission on the sales amount column. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Look here, I just put it in a notepad. This is what the condition. So ideally, you need to write it something like this, not like this. You need to true, and from the readability point of view, there is nothing wrong in the syntax here. You can write it everything in a single line, but that is not the preferred one. You need to, for the sake of legibility, you need to write it something like this. Okay. This is how you need to write your script. Okay. Simply what I did, I just clicked on the new column. The new column, I just typed everything here. Okay. And typed everything here. That's all. Okay. Look here, it is doing the calculation perfectly. And these blank values tells us very clearly, for this sales amount, you're not eligible for any commission as a salesperson. Okay. Those people achieved the sales anywhere between 200 and 500. Look here, 205, they are eligible for 0.15, 15% sales amount. 15% on your 200 is how much? 30, right? Yeah, 30. So that is what we are saying. So this is how you can use switch. But in the case of greater than or equal to or something like that, okay, you need to use the first argument as a true here. Only then it will come inside, and then it checks, it evaluates each and every condition, and it evaluates the expressions. Okay. And the next one is the same switch function. I use it for some other purpose. Anyhow, we will see it later. Look here, I have something called low. Yeah, so here also I've used the switch function. Okay, if the list price is less than or equal to 50, it's a low. So I created the sales kind of bucketing, sales bucketing. Okay. So if the sales is, if the list price is less than or price bucketing, sorry, the price bucketing. In that case, there are three buckets: low price and medium price and high price, which all products, which all transactions, are related to low price, which all transactions related to medium price, which all transactions related to high price. So if you do like this, if you create a column like this, later point we can do some kind of analysis, like in which bucket the profitability was more. Okay, so that is the one we can find out here. Even in this case, I've used true because I'm using the inequality of it, like greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, something like that. Okay. And look here, in the case of column 4, it is different. Here, the first argument is not true function. You remember, look here, I just go back here. Since I'm using greater than or less than or equal, you need to use true in the case of switch function. Whereas in the case of text column, this is a text column. Here, there is no numeric value. There is no greater than, less than, right? So in this case, you need to specify the column name as your argument. Right. So we have already the location key column is there here. If you see here, we have the location key column BL or something. So your management wants you to specify the full name. For example, HYD Hyderabad, Chennai Hyderabad, something. For example, in the case of country column, if you have something like IND, you will get confused whether it's India or Indonesia, right? So in that kind of situation, they will expect you to derive the full column name. So here in this column, the data got stored something like this: HYD, CHN, PUN, DLL, DEL, so like this. But they want something like this: Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad. So in this case, you don't have to specify true function as a first argument. Directly, you can specify your column. In this column, HYD is there. Instead of HYD, you can put Hyderabad in this new column. Okay, it is not overwriting the existing column. The new column, you put this one. Okay. At a later point time, you can probably remove this column if you don't need it, because once you have derived the full name of each city, you don't need this location key column. But since it's big key column, remember that in the case of any analytics project, key columns don't delete it. Okay, that is very much required. Fine. Now you understood, in what context, how you can use switch function. In the case of a numeric column, you just think that way. You can use true function as a first argument. In the case of switch function, in the case of text column, you can use the column name directly here. You are doing some kind of mapping or encoding, right? So, sorry, mapping. Instead of Hyderabad, HYD, you put Hyderabad. Instead of DL, Delhi, Chennai. The new column, not in the older column, okay? The existing column, you can put it here. So now we understood the switch function and the if, right? How to use if function also. And commission, or here also we have seen the thing here. And the next one is here I multiplied these two columns directly, quantity into list price directly. Okay. The rest of them we will take a look at it as we move further. Look at the double ampersand, right? And all, we have seen it here itself. Where in the case of commission, look here, in the case of commission, we have used double ampersand. Okay, the sales amount is 200 and above, and if the sales amount is 500 and less than 500, okay, so this is one condition. Okay, and in that case, the commission is 15%. Right, so that is what, if the condition is true, both the conditions should be true. Okay, that means any value that falls between 200 and 500, they are eligible for 15% commission on the sales amount. Okay, the double ampersand. You can also use spike symbol if you want to test or condition. Okay, the switch is very important function, very useful function also. You'll be using it more frequently in the real world scenario. Okay, and next one is the information functions. You have something called is blank, is empty, is logical, is type. These are the functions. These functions will return true. If you have any blank values or in your column, if you have any empty values or in your column, returns true. Is logical. If you have any true or false value in a column, it will return true. Okay, if it is a text column, for example, I just go here. Programmatically, you want to test it. You might be asking this question. If I click on it here, for example, if I click on it here, it shows what kind of data type, decimal number. So why should I need this? But programmatically, you need to use it. Okay, programmatically in the DAX program, you need to use, if the data type is text, you do something like that. Okay. So for that, I'll show you how to use the thing. Okay, I'm going to click on the new column. And his number. Okay, I just use his number for an example. Okay, so just for illustration purpose, I'm using this naming convention, but no, the real words, don't use this way. And here I just want to check the sales or the commission column. Okay, commission is number. That's all. It will return true because that's a true, isn't it? The commission is a numeric column. No, it is not circular dependency. Okay, this is different thing. I'll explain you later. Okay, and if you do something like this, is called your circular dependency. But because this column is already used in other expression. Okay, what I will do is for this. Okay, I should not have removed that. Sorry. Anyhow, let it be there. Again, I'm going to click on the new column. For example, we have something called quantity, right? Quantity is number. We'll go and check it. Here the is number, quantity column. Okay, the fact sales quantity. I'm going to present it. This is not used anywhere, I guess. It's a direct column. Look at it returns true here. The commission and commission, right? These columns, you have derived based on some other column. And if you create any other column based on this, what will happen is you will end up with something like circular dependency error. You might encounter this kind of issues. The interview, they may ask you, what is circular dependency? The quantity, it is already available in my data set. The commission was not available. We have derived the commission based on some condition, right? So if the sales amount is greater than 500, and on top, if you try to do some other transformation, it will throw an error like circular dependency error. Okay. So in that kind of situation, to overcome that, you can use the columns directly. Okay. And the next one is not same way. If it is a text column, it will return text. See, quantity is number, quantity column, yes, it return true. If it is a text column, it will return text. So it will return true. Okay. For example, you have the location key. So is non-text location key, yes, it will return. So is what is the other thing? Is text, sorry, is text location key, it will return true. Is non-text location key, it will say false. That is a text actually. If you say not text, it will say false, right? It will return false. It is that much simple, the information function. And the is blank is also very much helpful. For example, in the case of text data type, a column is a text column. In the case of text column, we have already seen as part of data profiling, isn't it? The text column, if you have any blank values, that is not considered as a blank. Instead, it will consider as a empty string. So you need to use some if condition. In the if condition, you need to specify the column name. Okay, is blank of that column. The column equal to double quote. For example, you have to put it some if For example, C name is customer name. Okay, the customer name is equivalent to double quote. Okay, double quote. This means empty string. Okay, in the case of text data type, it will not replace the blank value by blank. Okay, instead it will use some empty string. In that case, you need to replace it with by blank. If C name, but in the case of in this case, you need to use a blank function directly. Is blank here the information function. For example, you have a column like quantity, right? Is blank quantity. So if you specify like that, so if the quantity column is blank, you put 0, else quantity, something like that. Okay. So this is basically to address the error handling. Okay, you can handle the errors something like this. Next one is variables. Anyhow, I'm going to discuss